Oi, olá, tudo bem? Meu nome é Baiker, sou alemão, moro em Hamburgo, eu sou fotógrafo e eu vou falar inglês porque em português é muito mais complicado para mim. I do mainly advertising photography, but I have also let's say a work that goes more into the direction of art, and which I show in galleries, and I do the installations with photography. My parents never wanted that I'm a professional photographer because they thought it's very insecure, and you don't. They preferred to like earn monthly money. So I did a printership as a printer. I was studying in Dortmund, and I really started. I studied only like in the direction of art and being an artist, and having deep thoughts about the world and blah blah. And when I finished my studies, I had to like earn money, and then I was working with a photographer in Cologne, like for 5 years. I was his assistant, and we like traveled the world for big campaigns before I started then being a photographer for advertising myself. One thing is that print nowadays is very small compared to film, to TVC, for example. So you always have to fight for your budget. You always have to fight for your profession as a photographer as well. And on the other hand, big clients are always very nervous, and you can help. As a photographer, you can help the agencies to calm down, to do the job properly, and give them security that you are the one who can solve their nervous problems. And often you're a psychologist more than a photographer. I did some, I think, really nice campaign for Mercedes-Benz, and the big challenge was in these pictures was to tell stories and to make like a really like great composition of a landscape image. So the name of the campaign is Chain Reaction, and you can obviously see what happens in this picture here. Okay, this is a campaign for Rabobank. It's a Dutch bank, and they wanted to enter the German market with this campaign. Great thing about it was that it is all inscenated in one shot. There's no big Photoshop massacre going on. It was so nice to inscenate like all these crazy action things. We did a funny tomato belly, because this is a cliche we Germans have about the Dutch. They bring us the tomatoes. One more thing is the Dutch. What do the Dutch do? They go by bicycle, and sometimes they go a bit crazy by bicycle. So, it was shot in Bulgaria and in Romania, where you have big sets like cold streets. They look like New York, and in Romania the set looks a bit more like Paris, and you can inscenate fantastically. I have a lot of this, but I did for a long period. I was working for OB, which is one of the big tool stores, hardware stores. How do you say it? It's like things for gardening and for a builder store, I would say. And one of these campaigns was showed always 3 parts, one person in 3 different stages of building something. You buy something, you come to your house and build up whatever. You plant something, or you cut your grass or whatever, and it should always look very easy. And the last of the campaigns was something like this. There's this one person, and the claim was always come, build, happy, something like this. But what they were building was so complicated that we sometimes needed a designer, 5 people who were building this up, and of course we needed gardeners who did flowers like this, and of course it never looked like this, and one woman would never be able to build. It is a classical cliche of advertising photography that you really do not tell the truth. Okay, so when I studied in Dortmund, I decided to go, let's say, to travel, and when I was coming to Sao Paulo, I was really fascinated by this megapolis, which was absolutely out of this what I could imagine what a city is. Since then I traveled to Sao Paulo, and one of my main ideas was a city and its images. Yeah. So I was shooting the city, the people, everything, but I was also collecting and shooting images. Okay, one artist I want to introduce to you is Stefan Marx, who is a designer, who is an artist, but mostly he is a drawer. My neighbor, and we go there. This is Stefan Marx, and where can I see your work in the internet?
You can have a look at my work on my personal website. It's s-marx.de, and like almost a daily picture on my Instagram stream.
A bit about this work with the vases. This is I like very much. So
yeah, that's actually a pretty new project I realized with international art exhibition which takes place in Hamburg these days. And, the vases is like painted with a kind of typical work I do, like black ink on the ceramic. You can read, I'm starting to feel okay. And this is like an edition of 200 vases placed in one of the biggest hospitals in Hamburg, the UKE.
So it is 200 vases in a hospital, and there is written on, I'm starting to feel okay. I really like that.